And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our holiday Harmonies concert tonight here at this beautiful Gusman Hall at the University of Miami campus. Welcome to all the wonderful families. Welcome to our administration team. Thank you very much for showing up tonight. Mr. Steele, thank you for being here. Mr. Kling, thank you for being here. Thank you, Mrs. Scott. Thank you, Mr. McCluskey. I know you're here somewhere. I know Mr. Tellerman said he was coming too, and a bunch of other folks. I wanted to thank, first of all of your parents for having your beautiful children in my program. I can't tell you how wonderful I think they are. We have some intense moments and we have some fun moments, but the intense moments are because we want to make sure that we play the absolute best concert we can for you tonight. Thank you so much for having your children at Gulliver. I think it's just an amazing place. I've been there this is my 30th year there, and I wouldn't be there if it weren't so great. I want to get on with the show, so we're going to get started right now. How it's going to work is each group is listed in the order that we're going to start, in the pieces of music that we're going to start with. But we're going to do a ring around the rosy bit up here, so no one gets bored and everyone gets a chance to hear their children perform without too much delay. So we're going to do one song at a time, and then I'll move on to the next section. So they're all going to stay put, and I'm going to move around a lot. So here we go. Ask me before how I make this magic. All right, so this is for all of you. How many of you got young children out here? Anybody in the first grade? All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. So, if you noticed in your program, the first piece that the intermediate band played was written by a man by the name of James Swearingen. And the first piece that the symphonic band is playing is written by a man by the name of James Swearingen. They almost have the same titles. The reason why I did this, you also notice there's a couple of Brian Balmage's pieces in there. I wanted to show the students and the audience as well, but mostly the students, the difference and the caliber of writing that goes on by the same composers for different levels of music. This next piece has about 6 songs in it, holiday songs in it, arranged by James Swearingen. Very complex, very interesting, wonderful piece that we played over here, which only had 1 piece. This one has about 6. So enjoy this medley of holiday music. All right. Our next song with the jazz band, it features a lovely young lady that kind of earned her wings last year with the jazz band at the end of the year concert when we performed, when she sang with the jazz band. So I invited her back to come back and sing a really, really fun little piece of music called Everybody's Waiting for the Man with the Bag. This is Leah Fletcher, featured on our song for the jazz band. By the way, Leah is multi-talented. She will be, go ahead, hon. She will be featured, not featured, she will be performing with the All-State Orchestra on cello this January in Tampa. She'll be traveling to Tampa with us, with all of the teachers, going to perform with a about 110-piece orchestra from across the state of Florida, and she's one of the 12 cellos that made it out of the state. That's pretty good. All right, here we go.
Everybody's waiting for the man with
While they're getting all situated here, I just wanted to explain something about the program a little bit. I always get a question about this every once in a while. Mr. Keating, you don't know how to spell Hanukkah. Well, as we all know, there's lots of different spellings of Hanukkah, and what I do is I take the exact duplicate of how they spell it on the music score. So you'll see Hanukkah with an H and Hanukkah with a CH over here. And that's just because that's the way the composers or the arrangers wrote the piece. And so I'm being true to the form of the music. If there's any band directors out there that want to buy this piece, they'll know where to find it. This next song features a couple of solos. I'd like you guys to kind of raise your hand real quick in this piece. Yeah, we got a solo here, solo there, solo here. We got Sammy, we have Gabe, and we have Antonio. And they're going to play a little solo for you. These are called improv solos. Okay, just a second ago you heard the intermediate band play a friend of mine's composition entitled Enchantment. Brian Balmages and I went to college here together at University of Miami and played in the Miami Symphony together many, many years ago. We don't like to talk about that, but back in a previous life, I guess. Anyway, he moved up to Maryland and is now the lead composer for FJH Music, which is quite an incredible job he has. And he is one of the most prolific composers out there today. This year, in 2 weeks, they are having the Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic that this jazz band played at last year. And Brian has, I think he said, 20 pieces being performed of his own compositions at this throughout the entire 3 or 4 day week. And it's quite an honor for a publisher or a composer to get that many pieces on one venue. Is really quite amazing. So he is an amazing composer. This next piece is called Call of the Wild. It is actually taken from the book, the Jack London book, Call of the Wild. And you'll hear different aspects of it. It literally takes you through the entire story, all the way to the bitter end. And I hope you enjoy this beautiful rendition of Call of the Wild. This is the wonderful children's final piece tonight. I just wanted to say it's been a pleasure working with these students. I have some new students in the band this year that have never played before, and they're already playing at this level. And I just wanted to give them a big shout out. So my students Yes, I know you parents are as proud of them as I am. They sound amazing. Some people are starting to ask me a strange question. Actually, some of my students did. How come there's a violin in the band? Over there. She came to us. She came to us this year, and she played the violin. And we couldn't get her in the other class because she's not at the campus at that time. And so I said, you know what? I'll just take her in the band, and we'll just make it work. So we just make it work. Very happy to have you. Way back at the 1st of November, actually the 2nd and 3rd of November, most of these kids, actually every single one of the students on this side of the room, participated in solo and ensemble. That's 48 of them. And out of 48 students, 45 of them accepted or received the superior rating, which is the top rating, which is an A. And 3 of them received an excellent rating, which is also excellent. we had no C's, D's, or F's. So that was the lowest score, and which is a very, very fine score. Most of the students here are very proud of themselves. They'll be getting a little lapel medal for their award of superior and excellence before the next concert. So we're going to conclude the Symphonic Band's concert with a lovely, wonderful musical selection, and I know you're going to enjoy it. I would just like to say that this is one of my favorite times of the year and one of my favorite concerts of the year. I love having all of my bands up here. The only one we're missing is the beginners, about 45 students, 43 students, but we couldn't fit them on the stage, so, and they weren't quite ready. Anyway, they just started. They only know about 10 notes so far, so we're working on it. Anyway, I wanted to wish you all the happiest of holidays. Make sure you take these guys out and have a good time because they really deserve it. They've worked very, very hard this year. They really have. Go ahead. That's really, honestly. I want to thank all of the parents and everyone in this room that has made donations to our booster club, our Performing Arts Booster Club. We're doing really well with that, and I just wanted to keep it going because that's what brings all of these wonderful artists into our school. We basically have a conservatory here, and these kids are getting exposed to people with Grammy Awards and nominations and very, very famous ensembles and just incredible, incredible musicians, teachers, composers. We have Robert Selden coming back again in February. We have the Boston Brass coming back in town. Just really looking forward to all these wonderful things that we have to do. And you can find the donation things in the back side of your programs. They conveniently put that there for you. And thank you so much for all of your support throughout the year.
On behalf of everyone in the band program, all the parents and all the staff, this goes to Mr. Keating. Thank you for an amazing first half of the year.
Thank you all so much. To explain to you about why we're playing this next piece. I was actually alive when he wrote all of that Songs in the Key of Life, Stevie Wonder, one of my favorite albums in the whole world. I was about 12 when that came out, and I thought it was the most amazing thing that I'd ever heard in my entire life. I thought that Stevie Wonder was just like this incredible music god that somebody gifted down here to us and was like, wow, how did you do that? You fused it all together, rock and roll, jazz, everything, salsa, everything. It's all there. Everything is in his music. It's just an incredible thing. So I'm going to indulge myself, and some of you people out here might remember this tune, Living for the City. one more. This is a nice Herbie Hancock tune. I think most of you will recognize this. Thank you all so very much for coming out tonight. The little reception for you after outside, put together by our music moms and dads, and I thank them so much. You guys were so incredibly helpful. Thank you all and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. I wish you all the best and safe travels and everywhere you go, and just make sure you give these guys a real big hug, because I think they did a great job tonight. Thank you.